You're looking at the wrong reasons.
It's like when people think they're like Insta famous, but the only reason is because the assets that they have that people want are tits and ass. They don't give a fuck about you. You have nothing to offer people except the fact that you're a female with boobs and booty. No one cares about your personality or anything else.
Yeah.
Like, is that actually a good thing to boast about? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm Insta famous. No, you're just tits and ass. Like, you're no one.
Thing is, there's more companies coming towards the bodybuilders now. I see some of the people who are probably more in the game. But like Strong, for instance, there's no sort of tits and bums going on there.
No, it's more about the. But that's the thing. It's more about the personality of the athletes than just their appearance, which I think is a lot better than just someone's appearance.
Of course.
Well, when Sean Roden got kicked off of Pro-Ups, this is before his allegations, who replaced him?
Don't know.
DJ Khaled.
Excuse me?
You're a fucking prick, man.
You just say DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Actually, I think I read something about that.
See, I mean, that's just fucked.
The fuck? What? In no way. Is he still sponsored by them?
I'm not sure.
DJ Fat Cunt.
Use this protein, DJ Khaled.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. There's nothing on his page about it.
Fuck you know, man.
That's ridiculous.
But that's it, though.
How can you go from Sean Roden, who was Mr. O, fucking DJ Khaled? What? DJ Khaled, whatever his name is.
What's that?
He won't miss time.
You keep breaking up.
You keep breaking up.
I've got a mouthful of meat.
It's like you sound like an Instagram influencer now.
He's got a mouthful of meat. He's got to pay those bills somehow.
I got tits, ass, and a mouthful of meat. make me famous.
make sponsor me and make me famous. Oh God.
Right.
That's fucking brilliant.
I've got to warn you, I've got the hiccup and I've had them for about an hour.
He's had the hiccups for an hour.
Man, that sounds like torture.
That's a long time to have the hiccups.
Oh, mate. You have to sleep that one off.
Have you tried, like, holding your breath?
You know what I find gets rid of the hiccups straight away? My granddad taught me this one. No. Tilt your head back, right? And just drink. I swear to God.
Keep doing that. Yeah. Keep doing that.
It goes. You just start that with a glass of water and you drink and you'd be swallowing it so hard it hurt your ears. Like,
hey, you'll see this now. This will be the end of Dan fucking drowning on fucking
drowns on fucking live stream. Oh, done. Got to tilt your head all the way back. Do it.
He's too big. His back's too big. He can't put his head back any further.
His traps are up his hero.
It's like this. It's all the way back. I swear.
Talking about big traps. Did it work?
I'll tell you in a minute.
He just looks confused now.
Pardon me. Who was that?
I was like a litre and a half. I just did.
A litre and a half. You know he's on prep when he's down in a litre and a half after a meal.
Dry in the morning. Water loading. Hashtag peak week.
Dry lips.
What have you boys been up to then this week? Anything interesting?
Oh man, I've got a mouthful of food.
Or this weekend, should we say? Or this week. Whenever the fuck you did it. Have you done anything interesting?
You know what?
One at a time, please, boys. One at a time.
Literally, my weekend has been from like Friday, where the Arnold stuff come on the live stream. I'm just watching that. I had like a really good week at work, so like I didn't work till Thursday evening, and then I had Friday and Saturday off, and then I worked this morning and a little bit of the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've been able to watch all the Arnold shit.
And how did you find it? What was your boys' thoughts on it?
Well, I loved all the show. I watched the amateurs because that was interesting to watch the amateurs, and it's always interesting to watch amateurs because I don't know what it is. Every year I've watched it. There's always some bloke who turns up, literally looks like he's come out the pub. They've slapped some fucking
he had fucking
on him, and he's fucking
the cunt with neon trunks, wasn't it?
With the yellow trunks on. Yeah.
The fuck?
The fuck is that? He doesn't even look like he trained. But it was really entertaining because I was watching it with my missus, and this is someone who looks into bodybuilding at a completely different perspective. And I don't think I've ever seen her laugh at something bodybuilding so hard. She was like almost in tears. She's like fucking like, what the fuck is that guy? Look at the state of him. And I was like, what is this cunt doing?
If someone that doesn't understand bodybuilding can look at it and go, what the fuck's he doing? Then you know he definitely doesn't belong there.
But no, it was sick. No, I really enjoyed it.
Did you see Terence Ruffin's routine?
I have seen Terence Ruffin's routine. Yeah.
Okay, anyone watching this, aspire to that, please. If you're a bodybuilder, if you're an aspiring bodybuilder, that is the goal. Like, seriously, that is perfection. Right, I
thought that Terence Ruffin's back looked fucking thicker than ever.
Exceptional. His whole physique, everything about him is perfect, in my opinion, for bodybuilding.
He looked like he's got very thick. He took a year off, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect example.
For me, his only downfall was size. So in the side shots, he came behind Glorious and who won? Caballero.
Alex,
he class.
Yeah, he was in all those shots. If anything, he was probably lower. I thought Logan Abner beat him in the side shots, but everything else, I was just fucking unreal.
He's unreal. Crazy. He's hands down. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Who do you think actually? What was your opinion? The winner should be.
Mine.
What of the classic?
Yeah.
Of the classic.
I think they got it right.
I would have personally had Terence because I think he is the epitome of classic at the moment in bodybuilding. I think everything about him, how he moves, how he presents himself, his physique. I agree with you with the size thing, but he is a small guy. You know, he is very small.
That's
but overhaul his structure, condition. I think he just blows everyone away. He's exceptional, man.
That's what I think. What Alex had over him a little bit though was the just the longer limbs. Just like if you look at the shot of them all lined up with the in the placings where they placed the final shot.
Yeah.
He just stands out. Like I know he's in the middle when he's going to, and Terence is doing a side tricep pose, which is a very good pose. But he just like wow, like he has that little height advantage where he can bring those long limbs in, and he sort of plays it to his advantage.
I think he was a bit harder as well than Terence. Like Terence was on, but he was a little bit softer.
The thing I found annoying about it was the.
No, and a lot of photos I've seen though were very filtered, like most of Instagram photos.
I think the live stream was annoying though because you couldn't see the detail as well. So like I look at it and I'd be like, I can't see the detail of Terence because obviously he's got dark skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't see it. It's fucking annoying me. I've got it on my TV and everything. And then I'm going on the prejudging it, and then when I look on I go on the mobile and you look at the I think Max Muscle Report, whatever it was, they were doing a lot of it. The photos they took, and then even clicking on the Two Bros live stream, the guy, you fucking hell, like sitting there going, Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? You could really see the density in his back then, and I was like, that was like fucking hell. What do you
think of Steve?
Steve,
Laureus.
I like his physique.
I think he's a good Instagram bodybuilder. I don't think he's as good on stage as he is in photos.
He just seemed to be quieter than the other two. His physique, like I know that's how, like, such a weird way, but you probably understand that, and people probably don't understand it. But his physique wasn't talking.
No, not at all.
It was a bit like Akeem when Akeem got taken. I know we're changing it into the Open, which we'll go into later. But how Akeem did when they put him in out of the top 6.
Yeah.
It just felt like it just wasn't speaking. It just sort of hid, and it was just like that stage presence. I think stage presence is so important.
Of course it is, man.
Do you know what I mean? And even though Steve was in the top 3, my eyes were just drawn to those two. Terence, for the fact that the last time I saw him doing the Survivor routine, he looked like he'd fucking eaten himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other guy, because his long limbs coming up posing like that, I was like, whoa. That's something where, as a bodybuilder, I could draw something from that.
Yeah.
I like that kind of posing. I could take this little bit. I'll write that number down.
I think the fact that he's come down from 212 and is still an exceptional classic bodybuilder is unreal.
Yeah.
Because most people that do that, they can't pull it off.
So what is Steve? Have you ever seen Steve's videos? Have you seen his muscle and strength video of shopping?
No.
He seems like a very passive, like quiet guy, very softly spoken, and like maybe that's just the one video I've seen of him, but his physique resembled his personality.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It didn't come across like fucking AC/DC. Like, oh yeah, now we're talking. Do you know what I mean? Which I think can go a long way in a show when it's that competitive.
Of course, man.
When it's fucking. Do you know what I mean? You're splitting hairs. That's how fucking. That's how it is. And I think that's one thing that some people, as we're all amateurs, that you're judging it. It is judged the same, but you remember it's splitting hairs. When it's amateurs, it's a bit more of a divide, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's a bit of a contrast from who's winning and who's losing. You can tell.
Yeah.
When you're in the pro league, so everyone's fucking good. So it is like it's like
that's why it's so good and interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, because everyone deserves to be there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Big Dan? Big Dan.
Big Dan.
So, 1 minute. Feet in my mouth again.
Yeah, buddy.
Instagram.
You eat that meat, boy. Eat that meat real good.
I mean, turkey breast. I just love cock.
You got meat and breasts in your mouth?
Fucking hell. He wants to get out. He's fucking let him get out because he's going to forget what he's going to say.
Yeah, so I thought that Terence had. You could have made an argument for either one of them to win. Laureus definitely in third. I actually disagree. My eye was actually drawn to Laureus only because his size. He was the biggest one out of there, like the biggest stature. If you look at his front double, every other
just opens up.
That he did. Yeah, his front double was huge, and his legs were sweepy.
Yeah,
but
do you know what it is as well? His waist is fucking non-existent. Like it's literally like that.
Yeah. The side shots were good, better than Terence Ruffin's. Then what was with Terence for me, he gave the judges too many excuses not to give him the win. So the first thing was side shots. He looked like paper thin compared to Alex and Steve. It's good, but if you look at it, just the fullness isn't there in the chest and the belt and the arm. But then there's also colour. What Josh said, the colour. Yeah, he's black, but he was like a matte black. There's no shine to him whatsoever.
It takes away from his condition.
No reflect. It does, and he was grainy as hell. He won the back shots for me, but Alex overall, he just didn't have one flaw. You can't pick a flaw in his feet. That's what it was. He left the door open for him.
Yeah.
Alex, amazing. It was so on point. Then there's Logan Abner. He looked great. He looked fantastic. Just condition. same as Laureus. But those you could have argued either way, to be honest. I thought it was awesome to watch. I don't usually get into classic. What I did this year, because there's actually some physiques I'm really watching. And I wanted to see what Terence would do, because he had the whole year off nearly before the last show he did. He improved drastically then. I want to do it again. For him, it's just his upper body. His legs are massive. Legs are huge.
From front to back, though, like his legs are crazy. The tie-in, Joe, I love the tie-in, glute hamstring tie-in. It's disgusting, mate.
Then one thing with Alex, I thought his legs could have been a bit bigger.
You think his legs could have been bigger? But I think that's because Steve's legs and Ruff's legs are so big.
I heard that on the muscle development interview, when the interview with Terence, he only just made the weight limit.
Wow.
So I reckon he could be like. Imagine. I'm thinking this is so weird.
I don't think
this is me being a meathead. Imagine fucking blowing these guys up a little bit bigger, and if they could try and keep some of those lines.
But this is a question that I have about a lot of bodybuilders, is whether they can actually put that size on.
Or can they eat?
It's not just can they eat. I think there's also, like, some people have a genetic ability to gain a lot more muscle, and people like Terence, because he's short as well, his weight is so low, but he is not naturally a massive guy. He's got a crazy structure and he has a good amount of muscle, but I don't think he could go up into like the 212. He's not built for that class.
I think there's a certain amount of muscle everyone can gain up to a point where it starts to all go on their waist. So I heard Fuad saying himself, he was on stage probably at about 230, but then when you start going over your genetic potential and the amount of muscle you can gain by using obviously drug use and overdoing food, that's what's going to get you over your genetic potential for more growth.
Yeah.
A lot of it's going to go, and then you've got to consider, now your proportions have changed. That added muscle, was it worth it? Because you've lost the illusion.
Yeah.
You could have probably looked bigger with a smaller waist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
get big everywhere, don't you?
This is something that I always ask myself, is like, chasing size is never really going to be for me, I don't think. As much as I'm trying to get bigger, but I don't think I'll ever chase size that much to actually lose what could make me good.
I don't think that's in the realms of you even worrying about it. I think you've got so many years of growing and not even put an inch in the way before that ever happened. I mean, I don't know your genetic potential, but looking at your rate of growth and how your physique has only looked better because of it. Because you see guys who put on the size and they don't necessarily look better.
Yeah.
The year they do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Jordan probably surpassed his genetic potential muscle he should have put on to be competitive about 40 pounds of muscle ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have really been a 212, but I don't know. Well, he would never have been a 212, but more of like a William Bonac sitting at about 230.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the forever question. That's the thing. The problem with bodybuilding is people do get caught up in size, and as and it's the thing you do strive for that. You strive to gain muscle as much as you can possibly gain, because technically it's going to make you better, but you really have to make sure you're not sacrificing other areas of your physique for that extra muscle.
Yeah, I think it's something that's like Dan says, for us, it's nothing we need to worry about until you're at that level. Do you know what I mean? Until you're at that level of where all that decision, that point of where it's like, you can't, like you say, you're coming on stage at 240, and then you're like, okay, I've done a lot to get here. If I try and push more, are my lines going to blow out, or have they already started slightly going from when the last year you did a season and you looked on stage and you were 230 something, and you're like, oh, actually, you know what? I think I look better there than I do here. But again, you could be you could be one of these guys who, you don't have a thick waist, so you could end up putting a lot of muscle on, like yourself, Josh. Like you say about William Bonnet, that could be something very, very like yourself.
I don't know, man, because it's always the question. You got to look at yourself as well, and your muscle bellies and how you look and things like that. And sometimes it's the question of, can I actually gain that much muscle? And obviously it's a question of perseverance and consistency and seeing what your physique does. As long as you're ticking all the boxes, you're doing everything you got to do, your body will tell you over the years. But then it's looking at yourself and going, is this time I'm going to invest going to be worth it if I'm not going to have the ability to be competitive against those guys? Yeah, fair enough. It's a question I've asked myself, because what do you say, Dan?
I can't see how you can do it by accident, put too much muscle on, because that if you want to gain that extra 10 pounds of muscle, what you have to do to gain the last 5 pounds of muscle. Now, are you getting to the realms of, okay, this is some insane drug use, this is some insane amounts of food, and by judging what it did last time, only more is going to get you to the next bit. So whether now we're up to 3.5 grams of drugs, this means I've reached my genetic potential if I'm having to do these things.
Yeah. That's bang on with that.
Yeah, that's something I've always said to myself as well, is if I ever have to use mass amounts of gear, then I'll pack it in. I don't see the point, personally.
That's when not pack it in, but that's when okay, I'm at my genetic size limit. Well, not my size limit, but I'm at the limit at which I want to keep pushing for this rate. You can still grow like 1 or 2, 3 pounds of muscle a year, but if you want to keep reaching for that a year, you've got to consider where you're at with your use.
1,000%.
I mean, Luke said the only thing you should push, the only thing he's pushed anyway, is his training, and it shows in his physique, because he's still pretty.
Yeah, definitely. For a big guy, he's got a crazy good physique, like really small waist, and everything is really.
So Luke doesn't get enough credit. You don't realize how big he is. Like, I've seen him over years as he's come up, and he's one of the biggest fuckers I've ever seen, like training in a tank top. His lats, the lats where it hangs off his back like it's fat.
Like you put in your post?
Fat. Yeah, like that, slabs.
Yeah.
But Luke's got slabs, like, not like my little pork chops. He's got like...
Mate, if you got little pork chops, I haven't even got bacon. I got turkey rashers.
Turkey rashers. Yeah.
So before we get onto the men's open, because I like this, going over doing that analysis of each kind of athlete, because I want to do analysis of each athletes in the open, just to mention the women's as well. Fuck men's physique.
Yeah, physique at all. I thought
that's what you meant by women's.
Yeah, so we've got the women's physique. So Natalia Coelho won that.
She's fucking amazing.
She's 23.
Mate, she's 23, and she has more muscle than the three of us put together.
Oh, fuck.
Right. Yeah, but her physique is actually like aesthetic.
Oh, yeah, it's incredible, mate. She looks amazing.
Have you seen her core? Her abs? She doesn't even need to hit her ab on fire.
Mate, it's like it's carved out of fucking granite. It's incredible.
She said for that show she had to hold off from a condition, but she still gets in condition, so she had to pose in a way that didn't show her glutes. So that's why you could see it flicker sometimes.
Yeah. I reckon she'd be a good 212. Mate, I'm not even joking. Her physique, mate, her shape, and the amount of muscle she has, she could literally make some guys look shit.
Fuck.
Put her next to them, and not at all. She's tiny.
She's tiny.
Her structure, mate. Her overall structure is crazy.
Yeah,
She's a lot wider than the other girls,
the girls, you see them out there and look big, but in real life, they're teeny people. Just
but it's an illusion, isn't it? Again, it's an illusion.
I've seen it myself with a few women, where you see them and you're like, fucking hell. And you see them in person, and it's just they're so shredded, and their tie-ins are so good. Their structure's so good that they just look like monsters.
Solid. And she's fresh in the face as well. She's only 23.
And we have Rhea Gale in the figure. She got 8.
That's our go. She got 8. Yeah.
Yeah, good friend of mine. She's awesome. I met her at Orpington. She's just always like being very supportive, and she loves dogs. So she's obviously cool.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
If you don't like dogs, you can.
That's a massive for British bodybuilding, though.
Yeah.
Like 8th in her first Arnold. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's only been under the guidance of Jordan and Corin for how long? Not a huge amount.
Olympia.
Yeah, exactly. So like, that's what I mean.
She went to the Olympia last year. I mean, that's like she did that without
Jordan. Yeah. I know, but like, what I'm saying is having the guidance and having like a team, like the team she's got now, where she's doing it full time, is allowing her to give it a full blown, and give it next year. She's going to be in the top 6, no doubt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I thought some of the other girls in the figure as well. They look good.
They all do, mate.
Again, it was the webcast.
Figures.
Webcast. Fucking couldn't see the condition until you got the photos through. We could. But that's the one thing about the webcast. It blurred people. Like, it was good quality, but you would look at it and you'd be like, okay, all right, and you couldn't. Like, do you know what I mean? You were like, if their skin was slightly darker, you couldn't see the lines and everything. And then you got the photos for, and everyone was just like, oh fuck,
yeah,
oh fucking hell, like, do you know what I mean? Just thought, shit. I am just gonna get up. What do we call it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Little interlude. Fucking hell. That Morgan bloke turns up.
Morgan is a fucking monster.
He is.
Do you want to start at 13th place and work our way down? Just analyse their physique, what you thought of it on the day. Just quick one for the quick one for sure guys. Then we'll go in depth from the top 6. Right, so in 13th place we have Johnny Jackson.
Fucking back was awesome. He's a legend, an absolute legend in the game. Yeah, his traps blew my head off.
Honestly, I only saw like the top 8.
Yeah, nothing to add there. I mean, his condition wasn't on. I think with more shows he's going to get in. His legs
look a little downsized, didn't they?
Still disproportionate to his upper body. They've been like that in the past, but not as bad as in the past. But saying that could have been due to the condition. He really was in condition. Would there have been more sucked down? I don't know. But yeah, that's Johnny Jackson, legend. Fucking love him. Love him. Really impressive from the front as well.
Yeah.
Right. So in 12th, here we go. Morgan Aston. Fucking hell.
He's just massive.
Fucking peeled.
Yeah, peeled. Most conditioned guy there.
The biggest guy on stage as well.
Fucking freak.
No.
Fucking freak.
Rami was the biggest guy on stage.
I don't know, man. He's fucking massive.
Morgan Asty's 6'6".
They didn't do it.
300 pounds on stage.
Why didn't they do that for the fans? Why didn't they stick Morgan and Rami together just for a laugh?
That'd be funny.
Like entertainment value.
Yeah,
wouldn't have that everyone's gone. Aah! I would have.
Yeah, but Rami was about just over 300 pounds, and he's 5'11", 5'10".
Yeah, that's true. Morgan Asty's like 6'7". Well,
Yeah, Morgan Asty's like, he's just like a giant though, isn't he? He's just like fucking monster.
He is a big guy though.
Like Rami's like a tank. Like I mean, Big Rami's basically a house. He is no longer a human being. He has left humanity behind. He is officially a house. You can live inside him. Morgan Asty's just like a giant.
Yeah, he's big. He's a big fucker.
But was it just me, or does he look off though? Like symmetry wise, Big Ramy looks shit.
I will get to Big Ramy.
We'll get to that in a bit, yeah.
Yeah, one other thing, Morgan Asty. Oh, fuck's sake. I don't even want to talk. My hiccups are terrible. Morgan Asty, his glutes. He had like natty glutes, like the thin striations. That's nuts. Crazy.
Excuse me.
Then 11. Oh man, I hated and loved to see this at the same time. Josh Lenartwitz. I love that he came back, and man, to look how what he's been through is amazing. But I don't like to see him anything less than his best. But I think with a year or so growing again and having his old physique back, he'll be back up there, man, in no time.
Yeah, there's nothing to add that, Dan. I think that's bang on, mate. Absolutely bang on.
So because he was just soft, man, and small.
Yeah.
Right. Tan was terrible as well. 10th, we had Patrick Moore.
I love his structure. He just looked tiny compared to everyone else.
Yeah, he was dwarfed.
He was tiny and not in condition.
No,
he wasn't as tight, but he just looked like when you saw him on the end of was he the second call out when he saw him and he saw the other guys because Akeem was in that. It just looks
like a baby.
Yeah, it looks like so evident, wasn't it?
You see Rafa Brandao when he did, I think it was Arnold, Brazil. It's like incredible structure, but just looked so small compared to everyone else. That is Patrick Moore.
Yeah, it definitely he's got a bright future, but yeah, was just. Luke Sando said something that was very, very true, and he said he was very overhyped. And he's too small. He needs to put some more size to hang with those people.
Yeah, 1,000%. His structure is undeniable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the height was mostly dished out by himself as well. So whatever, man, whatever. But I can't decide whether his legs have got smaller or his upper body is just really grown. His legs are like downsized.
No, I reckon his legs are smaller then because his upper body can't grow that much. He looked like a baby.
Yeah, but that could have been. Yeah, that could have been because he wasn't in condition.
Yeah, true. That's very true. That is true.
That's what I was about to say. Anyway, I like the Patrick though. I still think Patrick is a sick man, but it's got a bright future. It's got a bright future.
Yeah, no, I mean, my opinion. Right, in 9th, we have Victor.
He's a legend too. I like Victor.
He's a legend. Rather large human.
Yeah.
His
legs look a bit small. Yeah, his legs look a little bit small.
Yeah.
But
he did look.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fucking massive.
Yeah, he was still massive, but just when you put him in comparison to some of the other guys there, the fresher blokes.
Mm-hmm. I think he's coming to the end.
Yeah, but he's a legend still.
the signs of being a little bit older are kind of creeping in. You know, the legs start to atrophy, the waist starts to thicken.
Yeah.
His
Not everyone's
was
Dexter Jackson.
Yeah, his condition wasn't as good as last year's Arnold, but he was definitely bigger. So, but Victor, I love him. Love him.
Yeah.
What a guy. What a physique. Right. In 8th, we have Max Charles. Now, he fucking impressed me. Really impressed me.
I'm not gonna lie.
Impressed me the most.
I overlooked him.
Yeah.
I did what everyone did.
In his last 3 showings last year, we saw the same thing. His legs were downsized, wasn't in condition, didn't have the lines in his up to his hips, and his glutes weren't in condition. But his upper body was freaky, but his proportions were all off. This time round, he was in good condition, good nick. His upper body was just as freaky, and his legs weren't downsized. So the fact that his upper body was just as freaky means he must have brought up his legs, because that is a hard task to not look too disproportionate. Mate, this is a nightmare. We got about an hour and a half. Yeah, man, he was awesome. His upper body is so freaky. Condition good, and I would have had him way higher. I would have had him higher than Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric wasn't. He wasn't on, was he?
No.
I just love Cedric though.
Yeah, I mean,
I did overlook. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, when I did see Max Charles, I saw him come on, and I thought, oh, he looks sharp. And then just didn't look at him
again.
Yeah.
He's like, nice one, mate.
Didn't speak to me. Wasn't talking. The physique wasn't talking, which I think can happen. Like yet again, like the classic situation.
Yeah.
Then in 7th we had Kim.
Really impressed.
Just a beast, isn't he?
I've always liked Akeem Williams, even when he couldn't get in shape.
Just a fucking tank.
Because I remember when my mate was like, "Oh, he's so blocky." I remember I had a mate, and I was like, "Oh, look at this guy," and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's Akeem Williams. He's insulin resistant or something like that." To me, he was like, I was like, "What?" Like, I was a complete noob at the time, and I always followed him. And I've always liked him because I remember he putting videos up of him eating fucking like candy pizzas and shit, and I've never seen that in my life before. And then when after just following someone progress like that, it's been really cool. Like even seeing him last year at some of the shows he did, and I remember saying to my mate who's a judge, I said, look at Keane Williams, he's changed. Because what Keane? He sort of like. He's like, what do you mean? So look at this. He goes, fucking hell, that's the best I've ever seen him. And this year, yeah, he looked solid. He's big,
just
a fucking massive guy. Yeah,
he's so thick, man. Like
in terms of the actual physique, everything was like great. Legs big, everything big. Waist still small. I couldn't pick a flaw in him. The only thing was I think it must be a genetic issue. His back. There's just not as much detail as everywhere else.
Yes.
His glutes were peeled, but then you look at that, he's got that thick sealskin.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like blubber.
Can't do anything about that, I think.
He's got quite long record as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got high lats.
Yeah, high lats. Like he's got a lot of space there.
That's why his front relax, his front double looks nuts. He's got high.
It's like he's got like a Diasha sort of lat to waist ratio. Him and Diasha are very similar.
Yeah, long torso.
Yeah,
for sure. And that keeps weight as well, because if he's all scrunched up, it's gonna look bigger, which doesn't. Yeah. So kind of works in favour, and it doesn't at the same time. What else? Hakim. One other thing is colour as well. It was like a matte black. It could have been shiny, and it would have probably distracted from the fact he had a bit of a sealskin back going on.
Mm.
Yeah, that's one of the things I found with the webcasts as well. Just the webcasts, that's what annoyed me. The whole Arnold, I was complaining a little bit about it.
So it's just that skin tone though.
Yeah, it's hard. Hard to battle.
Because they're black as fuck.
Bit of racism in the
Is it really though? It's actually it's descriptive, isn't it?
I know you're being descriptive, but I just fancy saying that. That's what I picked up.
I was thinking to myself, can you say this? And then I thought, let's test the waters.
You've done it. It's gonna give.
It's hard, especially when you're looking at their glutes. They're so black, you can't tell whether they're straight or not.
Exactly.
I was like Cedric. I was proper peering into my laptop trying to go, are they shredded? Are they? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
That does lead us to 6th place, which was Cedric. I mean, as I said,
I think he's awesome.
Yeah, but I would have had Akim and Max Charles above him.
I wouldn't, but because of the way I look at bodybuilding.
I thought he was off. I thought even his proportions were off.
I just love it. I just think his shape, his posing, everything is just like.
See, the thing is, I look at bodybuilding quite similar to you, Josh. His physique does so much talking on stage that your eyes can't get away from him.
He's just so pretty as well. For such a massive cunt.
He's
got such a pretty physique.
Actually, look at his physique. It was evident when he stood next to anyone with big legs. His legs are downsized.
But I don't know, with Cedric's physique, I don't think he needs like ginormous legs, like Big Ramy. Do you know what I mean? That sort of.
He definitely didn't look as hard as the rest.
No.
I definitely saw that, but I don't know the way he presented
I like how he stays. He stays very true to himself as well. He brings a physique that he wants to bring to the stage.
The thing is, it's weird because like he comes in softer than everyone else, right? So if you look at him to the other where he placed top 6 out of the rest, I think where the places were, he's in the right position because everyone else was harder than him, right? But it's just like I don't know, like the way he poses and presents himself. Really, like you could really forget that he's actually like his midsection softer than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Like I like you. Oh man, look at him. Look at that. Look at that pose. What a beautiful pose. Look at it's everything. Just looking him down the line when he hits that fucking the Arnie pose, you know. Yeah. And it's just like you're just like, oh, that's fucking. Like when they called his name in the night show, boom, straight away with it. Give the little wink, and it was like that just goes a long way. I just think, oh, my eyes are on him, and I've forgotten about his fucking midsection, and now I'm already on about this other guy, even though we have to give him 6th because if he was sharper, he could slay some of the other guys, but he's not, it's one of those ones. But I wasn't there, so I can't. Do you know what I mean? Because the webcast fucks my head up.
For me, man, he was hiding in the shell. He was just there on the end and making up the numbers. I love Cedric. I love his physique. I think he's got one of the best structured, probably the best structure in bodybuilding right now, for sure. But for me, it was a shadow of what he could be or what he has been, like 2017 Arnold, or 2015 even. He was amazing. Fucking hiccups still, man. I didn't see him as confident at all. And then what makes me think I could have had Akim and Max Charles above him is because Akim and Max Charles won poses against guys that were in the top 4. So Bonac, I hated his side chest. I hated it. And his side tricep. He looked small. He had a small side thigh. Now put Akim's side shot. I think him or Ramy had the best side shot. For sure. Look at that side 5.
Yeah. I think it's because bodybuilding is such a subjective sport, though. It's like there's so many different ways to look at it. That's why that's why I love bodybuilding, though, because seeing everyone's different perspective on the different physiques is extremely interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought Rami and Akim's side five was enough to say, oh, you got that on them, you definitely got that on Cedric.
Dan, did you skip someone? Did you skip Sergio Olivier? Oh, no, you didn't.
Beat Cedric.
Yeah, you did.
So,
you did. Sorry, I thought we were talking about the top three then.
Yeah. Fifth place is Sergio. Incredible.
Yeah, he's class, man. Fucking love
it.
Another guy who's got a similar torso to Hakim, that long torso.
Mm-hmm.
He stretches it out in the front double, and you can see it in the rear double. He's got high lats, but he makes the best of it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought his colour was on point. His posing was unreal. So his posing routine was obviously best. But the thing is, he's always been good at posing routines. But he's never been all that good at the mandatories. And this year, obviously, having Chris Cormier stay with him, he'd sorted that out. He was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought you can see the size that's being put everywhere. There's not one body part where you can say, oh, he's put size there.
Would you have had him above... Who was fourth? Steve?
Yeah.
I would have had him above Steve.
No.
Arguably, you can argue for it, yeah.
Yeah.
But coming from my own bias, I prefer Steve's physique. But I wouldn't have complained, no.
I think it's the posing that does it for me. That gives him that edge, you know?
I think Steve had more of a wow factor.
Yeah, that's what
Steve is impressive. I do love Steve's physique. I do. And he's come such a long way.
I agree with Dan, though. Yeah, I mean, Steve was very impressive.
Came out for ACDC, and when he hit that crab, most muscular,
yeah,
probably the best muscular on stage. That nuts. Like, his delts are so big.
Yeah.
His leg was huge as well.
Bigger
waist was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm so happy to see him do so well because I've been a fan for him for ages. So we've just on Steve, so that's cool.
3,
and he's
2,
in
1.
condition as well. Then we have Mamadou Elsbaye. Big fuck off big.
He's massive.
Like,
he was hard.
Fucking.
But symmetry was off, in my opinion.
There was a hardness he didn't have on Dexter and.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't as hard as Bonac and Dexter. No chance.
He was still hard.
Yeah, he was hard.
hard.
It was the best Rami there's been for a very long time.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, he won the front double bicep. The hard. I'd probably give Bonac the rear.
I just don't like Big Rami's physique, personally.
I don't.
I don't like him.
No, I do actually.
I don't like him at all. I just think he's wow because he's so big. But apart from that, I don't like his physique at all. I think it's too much. It's too much muscle.
My jaw. You know when people say like jaw dropping, my jaw dropped. My jaw actually dropped. Like when he came out on his own for the first time, I went, "What the fuck is that?" The size of him. He was 305 on stage, and he looked every pound of it as well.
Yeah, no.
In condition, he was in condition. He was just about 5% off, and he got better on the night show as well.
Like he's got so much. He got so much muscle in his legs that there's not enough detail there. There's actually so much muscle there that you can't get all the detail through.
I think at times there is. It's just so when he hits his poses sometimes. Like I've actually got a photo here of the front lat spread, and there's actually some really nice separation within his legs. But then, I see what you mean because when I was watching it, there is at times where they just look like I think Bob Triccarello said it, where you look like you've got a pump. You know when you're shredding, you've got a pump in your legs. You're trying to flex for for lines, and you can't get those lines out. There's at times where his legs look like that, but then there was times where his legs looked like had some lines in there.
It depends on how he poses them as well.
Like I agree with Dan. I think just whereas some of his midsection, it was hard. He was hard. He was the hardest Rami we've seen in a while. Yes, but compared to the guys who have that the less amount of muscle, he didn't look as crisp. You know, I mean, well, the thing is he's against Bonac and the Blade. I mean, Dexter's called the Blade for a fucking reason, and Bonac is consistent. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing with Rami,
when you have that much muscle, you are not going to be as detailed as someone with less muscle.
Absolutely.
So now look at most comparisons between natty bodybuilders and enhanced bodybuilders. What do you see? Natties are in the same condition. Look at the difference in conditioning. They can be the same body fat levels, but it just looks different. The fibers are a lot thinner on natural bodybuilders, like guitar strings, whereas they're a lot thicker on enhanced athletes because, let's face it, they expand at quicker rates. That's what it does. You get that saturated look. When you're that big, you don't have as much detail. All you can do is try and come as peeled as you can. Look at Morgan Assey. Aside from his glutes, that must have been a genetic trait. But everywhere else, he's obviously peeled. He wasn't like natty shredded. He was shredded. He didn't have the same look to the muscle.
I just don't like Big Ramy.
It just changes.
I just look at it and I go, it's not me.
That's why people say, like, when you say it like that, of like, you know, when you have so much muscle, you're not going to have those lines, which is what we have. That's why when you hear some of the pros say, like Luke and that, they say, well, he can afford to lose 5 to 10 pounds or whatever and still be a fucking freak. Do you know what I mean? Then maybe some of those lines will come out. You never know. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he had a really good showcase. And one thing for me, there was a lot of hype around Ramy. There was a lot of hype, and we felt, you know, a lot of people were expecting more from him. You've got like all these photos of his sunken down face. And I think that's what the other two didn't have. Like Bonac, you know he should have turned up consistent. You weren't expecting him to turn up at 300 pounds. Do you know what I mean? You weren't expecting Bonac to turn up any fucking bigger. Really? Do you know what I mean? Not a significant amount, like you said, Dan, where you're like you're looking on the live stream and you see this just the silhouette of Big Ramy, like, whoa, he's so big. You know?
Personally could either argue that Ramy could have won, but there's a conditioning and symmetry, or I would have had Dexter winning. I just felt that Bonac, he was amazing, but I still think his legs, there's something wrong with his legs. And Dexter was like the middle ground of the two. The best symmetry. He was in, if not better condition than both. And the night show, you see how much tighter he came back?
Yeah.
He gave Bonac a fright.
I think, but that's what we've got to remember. Like, the thing is, Bonac left prejudging in the lead. Everyone in that top 4, top 3, whatever, came in tighter. Now, if Bonac didn't change at all, Dexter could have taken it, right? I think he did. I think he came a little bit more crisp. I think he was still crisp. Like, he was crisp enough to just take it. That the fact is he already had the, like, do you know what I mean? He was already in the lead, that they just couldn't catch up, like, just the way it went, you know? And I think he was phenomenal.
Bonac in the night show faded. He wasn't as good as prejudging. And that was the fright where Dexter got so much better and Ramy got so much better. But the thing is, Ramy can get so good, but he still can't fix the fact his legs are too big for his body.
Yeah.
His whole body's too big for his body.
Ramy had an issue with his lat spread as well. He couldn't open it up.
With the shoulder. Rising up.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
He had an issue. He obviously got a nerve issue, or he's tight and needed opening up. Something that was wrong.
He needs to go to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
How the fuck he does any posing with that much muscle? Fucking baffles.
Well, it's going to be very interesting. Remember, this is the start of the professional season now. It's off, isn't it? Every 2 to 3 weeks there's a pro show leading up to now, I think, isn't it? Something like that. I always like it. I always like it when it falls on the day where I work and I can have it going off when I fucking work and so. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I just would be very interested to see where we go from now with these bodybuilders, because like if Ramy gets tighter and he's some other shows, that's going to be a very interesting look. You know,
I reckon Terence Ruffin should win the Open. Because he's actually a bodybuilder. No, I still rate Ramy at all. I just think he's got too much muscle, literally. I think there is actually a point where someone can have too much muscle to be a bodybuilder.
I think if Ramy, with the size Ramy had, and if he was like Cedric, totally different. Totally different. Would pose completely different.
Yeah, but Ramy couldn't pose like that.
Yeah, no. But like if he played to his strengths, like, but he had some charisma with
it. I reckon Ramy at like 280 would be really good.
Then he wouldn't be big Ramy.
He'd still be fucking big Ramy. He'd just be not so big Ramy.
No, not so big Ramy comes to this day.
Still big, but not as big Ramy.
And then Morgan Ashley turns up when something's happened with him. He put a bit more
Morgan Ashley will turn up and go, "Fuck me."
He'll be a bit more muscle, and he'll have lines, and it'll be like, "Well, here's big Ramy number 2."
I was looking at photos, all right? I was looking at photos of big Ramy, and I just thought, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
This is what bodybuilding's about, though, isn't it? It's subjective.
Of course, exactly.
This is bodybuilding. This is it. What I might like. Here we go. Someone I was probably most impressed with. I agree with the placings.
Thanks, mate. It's okay. You're welcome.
Right. Right. It was Steve.
Yeah,
I really like Steve grew on me because he's done a little bit more interviews. He wasn't not too busy, but he was putting content out, and then he did some nice content with Fuad. And I was like, you know what? I'd really like to see this guy because he grew on me last season, and I was like, oh yeah. And I remember my mate saying, "Oh, you watch him in shape." When Luke beat me in the Arnold, I was like, "Look at Luke," to my mate, and he was like, "You watch Steve." He said, "You watch him turn up in shape, he'll turn him over." And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, Steve Gluco." And then he did what he did at the Olympia. He just started slowly growing me, and I was just like, "This guy, man, this guy's a cool dude."
Yeah, I like Steve.
He's a cool dude. Like,
I can remember Steve when he was in like the fucking old Flex magazines, and he was like, he was a skeleton compared to what he is now. Literally, man, he was just like a pretty boy for the magazines.
He's just a cool dude.
Just
Olivia as well.
I don't think Ramy necessarily lost because of his proportions. Because if that was the case, why would he have placed above Steve? No,
it wasn't a proportional thing. It was an overall thing. It was the fact that Bonac and Dexter were just better. They were harder. They had more detail.
Yeah, that's what
and their posing was better as well. That's all it comes down to.
That's what I totally agree on that.
So if we're saying a symmetry thing, I mean, Steve could have placed above Ramy.
Well, I think the symmetry thing.
I would have had Steve above Ramy.
I think that the symmetry thing though is.
I prefer him.
Like you would have had above Ramy. So
I would have had Ramy last. No. I wouldn't have had Ramy last. As much as I do think he has too much muscle, genuinely do think this. I would have had him one place less. Actually, two. I would have had Sergio above him as well because I prefer Sergio. But that's just my personal opinion. What's that?
I'm going to say the thing is.
Hold on, I can't hear him when you're talking. Wait.
No. Me off. Shut up, Josh, you wanker. Right.
I'm just going to say one thing.
I had a one-liner. All I said, I thought he was incredible. It made my jaw drop, and I like freaks. But I don't like his physique.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's. I'll
was
take
gonna say,
I like freaks.
Yeah. I just looked at photos of him yesterday. I proper analysed his physique because I thought, fuck me, this cunt's massive. And I was just looking at shots, front, side, and back, and I thought, nah, I don't like it. It's just not for me.
I thought side. No, I thought side and back was good. I thought it's the front.
I think from the back, there's just too much going on. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. There's like too much muscle there.
I thought it was incredible, and yeah, all right, you don't have to like his physique, but you have to accept that doesn't come around so often. So you've got to try and appreciate what's there.
Trust me, I appreciate because it is incredible. He's the biggest bodybuilder that's ever walked the planet. I mean, he is fucking stupidly big.
Because in this photo I've got, Bonnet looks the best in this shot. Just, I don't know, it's the condition on his.
You know another thing though? Unless you're there in person, you can't say shit.
Yeah, that's so true. That's what I was going to say at the end. Literally, what we're saying there does not matter.
Everything we've just said is completely irrelevant because we weren't there.
I think I've backed up that point by saying you look on the webcast, you can't even see someone like Terence, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? You're sitting and squinting at the TV, getting the binoculars, and you get a photo come through on RX Muscle, and you think, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then you look at a live stream, and it's even more like, Jesus Christ. And then it goes out of quality, and you're pissed off. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to be there to see it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I reckon you can really see it. And I think at the end of the day, I think the judges got it right. The judges wouldn't be their job if they didn't get it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there was various ways it could have gone depending on how they judged it. But this was one of the correct ones of many others.
Not everyone's going to be happy with their placing.
No, so they can all fuck off.
I personally, all right, I would have had Bonnet winning, but I preferred Dexter.
He's just
that's
the OG, isn't he?
I almost cried when everyone stood up.
I thought he looked incredible. His legs were huge. His waist was small. He's peeled. He one of the best Dexters I've ever seen, to be honest.
Even his stomach was really tight, which he tends to get that turtle belly.
Yeah.
He was tight. He was just good all over. Dexter's just a fucking freak.
Mate, he's literally
a different type of freak, isn't he? He's just a fucking longevity freak, and managed to pack on leg size when he's 50. Bring his legs back up, and
crazy,
just like it's just so impressive. And his physique just flows nice. He doesn't look saggy. Doesn't look old and saggy at all. He's got no saggy leg problem, no saggy back with saggy skin. Saggy.
And he's extremely intelligent with his training as well.
Yeah, I think it was a beautiful show, and the whole fucking thing just got me so fucking hyped. I went and fucking did a brilliant push session on fucking Saturday after it, and I PB'd. I felt amazing. I was just like, the bodybuilding season started. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant.
I trained in Muscleworks on Saturday. What a great gym.
Is that the Arnold Classic done? Did we finish it?
I think so.
Yeah. I think we should move on to first and foremost, sorry I couldn't meet you at Muscleworks, mate. So basically, my car fucked. It went into limp mode. It's 50 miles an hour the whole way.
Ugh.
And the closest gym I get to is Rick Harlow, so I end up training there.
How far
broke down on the way.
How far do you live from Muscleworks?
Hour and a half.
Oh, so it's quite a trek then for you. I thought you were closer.
How long did you get there, Josh?
3 hours and 40 minutes.
Jesus.
Mate, in the last 30 hours, I've driven 13.
Wow. It takes out of you though when you do a long drive.
Hey, I was fucked today. Before we filmed this, I had to have an extra strong cup of unicorn tears because I was absolutely fucked, mate. It takes out of you, of course.
Unicorn tears. It does. Like, fucking driving really knackers you. Like, you sit there and you're just sitting and you're getting tired. You're like, fucking hell.
It's because your brain's so active all the
Yeah,
time.
it is, isn't it? But you don't think that. You think, oh, this is relaxing, isn't it? And you're like, and then you're like when it gets really busy, getting M25 or something, you're just looking at all the cars, and there's some crazy cunt in the van going, just undertaking everyone, and you're sitting there like, oh, but my brakes, he's not getting near me, Jesus Christ. And then it's like, oh, fucking hell, 40 miles an hour, slam the brakes on before we get to the fucking speed cameras. I'm sitting there, and everyone's doing 40, and there's like no reason why we're doing 40, and then it just goes up to fucking 70 again.
Mate,
it's fucking nuts.
Driving's... Yeah, I can remember driving back from Manchester one night. I left Manchester at like 11. I was like, I'll be fine. 2 hours into my journey, I started hallucinating, and I could see oncoming traffic, and nothing was coming. And I saw a giant pencil in the middle of the road.
Jesus Christ!
I had to pull over the services to take a nap because I was so fucked.
Jesus, that's fucking dangerous. How far were you when you stopped?
2 hours away from home.
Oh, mate, that's even like, 'cause if you're half hour, you'd be like, oh, I might risk it.
So Manchester's like a 4.5 hour journey for me.
Oh man!
And I was like 2 hours in, and I'd left at 11. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was literally seeing shit. It was fucking mad, mate.
Man, that's a crazy, fucking crazy shit. Do you want to go on, man?
Do a few of these questions?
Yeah.
To do some questions because we never do the questions.
Well, we've already answered one. Someone asked me thoughts on the Arnold bodybuilding and classic physique results. We've already answered that, mate. We've done that for about 45 minutes. Someone, this doesn't make any sense. This question. Make sure each scoop has what it's meant to. / get heavy ingredients from bottom.
What I think they mean is, have you ever had a pre-workout where the bottom is like clumpier and sort of denser than the top part? The top part's finer.
Yeah, because you chuck the silicon thing out.
Yeah, I think that's what they mean is when it's like you've got that split, which is like that fine sand with the powder at the top, and the bottom's like denser.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Right to the bottom. And then I don't know if they mean by actually weighing what you're like.
This is what I mean. Make sure it is. I do weigh.
I weigh everything all the time.
Yeah, because it's like one heap scoop. You do a heap scoop, you get half of it on the fucking counter, and the other half goes in the fucking. A quarter of it goes back in the tub. You do it, and it's like one heap scoop, 13.6 grams. Do it 10. You're like, that's nice.
Would be like a heap like that. Or a heap like that, you know?
So you got to weigh it out. It's like when people go, I have 2 scoops away, and you're like, well,
how big's the fucking scoop? Yeah, are you using a fucking 5-gram scoop or a 200-gram scoop?
You know, you could be having 100 grams away, or you could be having 25. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Don't fucking at me like that. So yeah, always weigh everything.
I know Dan weighs everything.
I use 2 mil of test a week. What the fuck does that mean? Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Okay. Best advice for 4 a.m. training: big pre-work, pre-bed meal, or wake up and eat before. Why?
Pardon?
You could do both. But then if this person is like fucking, do you know what I mean? Try what one's working for them. If they wake up and they physically can't eat because it's that early, well, fucking have a pre-bed meal. If you're fucking a big pre-bed meal, but if, like Dan said, if you feel like you can do it, try both. Feel like it's impossible. Work out which one's working best for you.
4 a.m. training.
Yeah, some guys training at 4 a.m.
I used to have a big meal pre-bed and then have an intra workout.
I'll give you an example what I do with a client who does that, or a couple of clients. So they have a carb meal before they go to bed, a decently sized one depending on what phase they're in.
Yeah.
So that's their carb, their meal, and it have a slow digesting fat in there as well.
Yeah.
Then their workout would just be about 40 grams of whey protein and 20 grams of carbs from a banana. That'll be about 45 minutes before they train. And whilst they train, they have about 60 grams, a decent amount of intra-workout carb and an EAA.
Yeah.
Or if they can't stomach that, I do usually just the intro and the EAA, but that worked for them. So
yeah, it's each of those points, take them and see which one's working for you. Do you know what I mean? Because this guy.
It depends what time you're waking up as well. If you're training at 4 a.m., you're waking up at 3. You could maybe blend some fucking cream of rice and whey and drink that at 3 a.m. Get that down you with a banana with some berries or whatever the fuck you want to put in it, and then go train at 4. But if you're waking up at like 3:30, then
3:45.
that's the thing. And you jump out of bed, you have a pre-workout, you get your fucking ass to the gym, you have an intro workout while you're there. And if you don't want an intro workout, just have a post-workout meal as soon as you finish.
I would just like to add, though, right? You remember if you're waking up and then you're giving yourself an hour. I mean, people do it all the time, but you're most likely to have a bad injury in your discs because actually, so until 2 hours of you being awake, your discs are still moving. So you're most likely to fuck yourself up if you're doing fucking heavy pulls or something. So just bear that in mind. But if you have no choice, get it in while you can. Do you know what I mean? Because you're doing the right thing. Don't let that put you off. But if you're training at 4 a.m. and you're doing fuck all for the rest of the day, just do you know what I mean? Bear in mind, if it's the only time you can fit it in, I think you're a fucking hero to training at 4 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what I mean?
That's nothing to do with a pre-workout meal, though.
No. I just wanted to add that in there.
One thing that's going to hinder their digestion and their performance also is fucking make sure you're hydrated. Getting up early, haven't been drinking all night, you've been asleep. Make sure you're hydrated. If you're having carbohydrates, it's not called a carbohydrate for a reason. It's hydrate because that's what shuttles it to the muscle along with sodium. But it's called carbohydrate.
Yes.
So make sure you hydrate before you train because it's going to shuttle carbohydrates where it's going to be. A lot of people with digestion issues, especially early in the morning, it's because they're dehydrated. And look at people who come on stage with a distended stomach. It's because they've been carving up and dehydrating. Right. How do you deal with the mental side of prep? We've covered that like 2 episodes with me with my counseling session.
Don't be a bitch.
Sorry, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch.
If you can't hack it, fucking play chess.
Yeah.
How to approach the first bodybuilding show?
Fucking enjoy it.
Yes.
Get yourself a coach to limit any doubt. Follow everything they fucking do. Learn to pose and have a fucking good time doing it. That was so intense, but I mean that.
Expect nothing. Enjoy it all.
Soak it in.
You got another one?
How do you guys stay motivated in the gym?
I love training.
I'm not going to be horrible because this is actually one of my clients, but to me that's a stupid question because
I'm not going to be horrible, but you're a cunt.
Look, we all want to be bodybuilders.
No, not at all. I'm brutal with all my clients. I know I am. I'm honest with them. And that's how it has to be with bodybuilding. You don't get to go to you don't have to go to the gym if you don't want to. But you definitely get to the gym. Remember that. It's a fucking luxury. When I get clients say, oh, I'm hungry because I'm dieting. Motherfucker, you have 6 meals in your diet a day. People don't have 2.
Yeah.
Hang
on, but how... what was the question again exactly?
How do you stay motivated?
How do you stay motivated in the gym?
How do you stay motivated in the gym? So the question isn't how do you get motivated to go to the gym? It's how do you stay motivated while you're in the gym?
I suppose. I mean, earphones. If people's conversations are drawing you in, wear earphones. Just fucking. You've got a goal. You've got a goal at hand, and you do what it takes to achieve that goal.
Motivation is bullshit. If you feel like you need to be motivated or you need someone to motivate you, you're in the wrong fucking sport, mate. If you actually want this, you don't need to be motivated. You're already fucking motivated. Even if you're tired, you're still motivated to fucking go and bench or squat or deadlift, whatever the fuck you got to do.
Yeah.
But if you need someone to motivate you to get your ass to the gym, do something else. You don't have to go to the fucking gym.
I can't remember the last time I was motivated. I'm not motivated. I'm fucking passionate. I love training.
Mate. Yeah. Exactly. Mate, I wouldn't be where I am now if I had to get motivated to go to the gym. Do you know what I mean? Multi-million-dollar companies don't exist because the people had to be motivated to start them up. They were fucking driven. If you are driven, then you fucking do it. And if it doesn't drive you, if you're not driven to do whatever the fuck you are doing, don't fucking do it. Do something else.
Yeah, it's bang on.
Boom.
Yeah, for sure. I just keep saying it's a luxury. You get to go to the gym. You don't have to go.
No. You know, maybe if you're doing a bodybuilding show, you have to get a bit motivated to do cardio. But even then, the goal should motivate you enough. The wanting to be fucking peeled should motivate you to get on a fucking Stairmaster or a treadmill. Do you know what I mean?
Once you get into like cardio, though, you get quite into it, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
You get quite into it. You get your little routine going on.
Yeah, but even that, when I get set, Jordan says, all right, add 25 minutes of cardio. I'm like, fuck yes, this is another opportunity for me to get peeled.
Exactly.
You just think in your head what you will look like. You're like, oh, this is going to get nasty now, isn't it?
Saying. You're driven by the fact you know that's going to get you where you need to be. That's going to get you in the shape you want to get in. I was doing 2 hours of cardio in my last prep, you know, when I was fucking on my ass. I was on 1,200 calories a day and doing 2 hours of fucking cardio and training an hour a day. You know, fuck me. Motivation? It's drive, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's drive.
You would have done 3. You would have
3, 4, 5, mate. If I was told to eat like dog shit, I'd ask what breed of dog. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think anyone that goes... The thing is, I believe, right, that anyone that goes to the gym for vanity purposes or for other people to like them or like the way they look, they're in it for the wrong fucking reason. And you shouldn't do it because it's just going to be a negative experience. What's the fucking point in spending an hour and a half of your day doing something you don't fucking enjoy? It's like me saying, I want to knit the fucking jumper. Well, no, I don't like fucking knitting, so I'm not going to. I'll go and buy a fucking jumper instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't do shit you don't want to do, people. Don't feel like you fucking have to.
You're not in school anymore. Like, you don't have to do things that you don't want to do.
No.
You don't have to turn up for geography. You don't have to turn up for fucking history or turn up for like you might be you hated PE.
And even then I didn't show up.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. But when you're that age, you have to do these things.
Yeah.
But like when you're not under the thumb of someone else, you can choose what you want to do, man.
Exactly.
You should do the stuff that you want to do. Do it because it's fun.
Exactly. It's like people that run, you know? Like I wouldn't say how'd you get motivated to run, and I don't run because I don't like fucking running.
It's like drive though. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, I could run that. I reckon I could run 5 miles. Oh, I reckon actually now I'm thinking about 10 miles. For us, it's like, oh, Jordan said, oh, add 25 minutes of cardio in every day. Dan's thinking in his head like, oh, now we're gonna get peeled. Oh, my muscular's gonna look fucking sick. I reckon. Oh wait, he does a little bit every day. In your little head, you get giggy, like get like fucking giggly with it, like oh, this is gonna be sick. Like, you know what I mean? And when you start suffering, when you're like trying to pick up a table, and you're like, oh fucking hell, when you're peeled out your head, you're like, oh yeah, you know I'm gonna be peeled. Get down on a wooden chair. Oh my ass. Should I get the pillow? You know what I mean?
Last prep. Me and Dan were just back and forth pretty much every day talking to each other. We kind of shared the prep together because we were prepping at the same time. And we'd have the check-in day on the same day and we'd compare the changes we'd get. So if I had like a 50-gram carb drop or he got a 25-minute cardio, I'm like, oh, lucky bastard. Like, you get to do an extra 25 minutes of cardio. You're going to be shredded. And yeah, man. Because you see the results, man, when you do it. Like this morning, I've only done like 3 cardio sessions. This morning I did a front double in my posing. I thought, fuck, that's changed. I did cardio.
Do you know what it is? Is joyous like as well? It's like when people look at other people when they're prepping and they go, "Oh, he gets to eat more food than me. He gets to do less cardio than me." Well, mate, if you're fucking complaining that much, fucking stop. Like, you got to do what you got to do. And if you don't like it, don't fucking do it. But don't complain that someone else does less than you or eats more than you. That's just how it is for them.
Yeah. Bang on. Sorry, you're really bad then.
For me, I get satisfaction to see how much work I have to do to get in shape or anything, because I think it's a natural thing for especially men to have a purpose and or humans to suffer in some way. I'm not saying we're suffering because we're not, because this is a luxury. People in third world countries are suffering, but what I mean is to feel something. Do you know what I mean? To feel something.
It's to achieve something.
Like
to achieve something.
legs are... Yeah, but to actually feel something. Like, you know, some days when you're in prep and you're in low body fat, I keep reminding people that it's not food that gives you low energy, it's low body fat.
Yeah, but it's not, it doesn't come down to, but I think it doesn't come down to the feeling something. What I think it comes down to is the fact that you know that not every fucker can do this. So you're like, fucking, look, I'm fucking suffering here and I can.
There's definitely that. I suppose I'm a little bit numb emotionally. So this is the only time where I can feel something.
I can understand that. I suppose I can see what you mean. You do seem quite numb emotionally. You're very much like just me, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you know, but you can see, like, just like and I'm sure, Josh, you can see the same, because me and you are quite similar. We're a bit more like this, like whoop, 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 whereas Dan's a bit more flatline, you know?
Yeah.
And you could see that contrast, so I can understand what he means.
In terms of my personality, I'm low energy, but get me talking about something I'm passionate about. I'm very,
Someone asked a question. Does anyone else shake pre-workout tub before you take it to mix up the ingredients?
Why even ask the question? It's a stupid fucking question.
No, the manufacturer did that for me, so I don't have to do it.
I'll tell you what I done. When I used to work in the gym, I used to get like the fucking pre-workout tub, me like shake it fuck low, and then open it, and it all dust come up, and it'd be like, oh god, have a fucking whiff of that to get people to buy it.
Oh mate.
And everyone like, oh yeah, that's just
do you know Abe, the pre-workout?
No. Oh no, yeah, what? All black everything.
All black everything.
Yeah,
I Applied Nutrition.
Yeah,
mate, there's a flavor, okay, that on the side it says fresh. It will like open your lungs or open your nostrils or smell everything. Something like that. You open it and you go, and then you go start to fucking die, mate. I said, oh, what the fuck they put in it? But it's great. It's like the powder that comes out. It's like a fucking genie slowly coming out of the tub. And you go, oh.
I've got a funny story of that one. So they do the bubble gum. I don't know if they still do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was working behind a gym. I was like, this guy was like, give me a strong pre-workout, Josh. Sort me out. There's 250 on the count. I was like, all right, I'll sort you out. And I was like, I'm gonna fuck him up. Opened it. I was like, oh yeah, smell that. He's like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Fucking whacked 3 scoops in. Right? Didn't read the bag. I don't know what the scoop was. Right. Anyway, so I put it in, and he's had it, and he went red. Like he just went bright red. Right. And I was like, shit. Like he's fucking reacting to this. I've got the first aid kit ready. Like I know this guy's gonna fucking go. Fuck knows what he's taking at home. He's probably banging a load of insulin or something. I was just sorting him out, and he was fucking stacking the shoulder machine. He was like, and like he hasn't even really warmed up. This guy was fucking nuts. Like he didn't. Like, oh my god!
The amount of people I see that guy in the gym, though, man. I went into the gym the other day, and there was this guy warming up deadlifts with 2.5 plates aside. His first set was 2.5 plates aside on deadlifts. Yeah, he just walked into the gym off the streets. He looked like he just walked in off the streets. He wasn't even wearing any gym wear. He just walked in with his fucking work boots. And like, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
He's still got his fucking high vis on, and he's got fucking he's got those tracksuit bottoms that are covering plaster and shit. Like, you know what I mean? He just waltzes in, and like, meanwhile, if you've worked in the gym, you've hoovered the floor, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Put some, at least do barefoot training. What the fuck's this? And he's wearing those big fucking steel toe caps. And then he's like, he does deadlifts, does fucking squats and squats like 4 plates aside at work.
But maybe fine, they don't make any noise either. They just have like a blank, like.
Yeah, like that's normal. Just never. And then they fucking break their shit one day, and they're like,
what? And you go, bro, you're right. And you go, huh?
Yeah. This guy, he actually competes as an under 80 kilo strongman, the strongest motherfucker I've ever met, right? He weighs 79 kilos, he's the strongest guy. No word of a lie, he gets in the gym, right? And the bar is on the lowest setting on the spotters, right? Yeah. He loads it up, puts 180 on, gets underneath it and goes, yeah, just fucking squats up fresh, right? Puts it, racks it straight back, and everyone is just looking around like, what the fuck?
So he starts from the bottom of a squat.
But no, the bar was on there, and he was talking to me while I was hoovering, like fucking from someone who'd already been with chalk, just cleaning the gym. Like, anyway, he was talking to me, and he had put 4 plates on, and I was like, Steve, what the fuck are you doing? And he just got up and just fucking squatted it, and everyone looked at each other like, what the fuck is going on? This guy's got no warm up, zero.
Some people are fucking crazy though, mate.
Right, zero warm. And this guy, he swore he was natural, and I believe him, right? But he'd be like, oh, so I was like, do you take any nutrition at all, any aid, anything? He's like, nah, I just take a couple of scoops of creatine. And meanwhile, this guy, his name's Steve Wilkinson. And he does the under 8. He was in the Arnolds a couple of years ago. He come like 7th. He's really good for under 80 kilos. Yeah. Strongman. He's legit. And we used to have the farmers walk, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he used to deadlift with them at times for a different stimulus, I guess. He would load that shit up, and no word of a lie, he would pick it up, right? He'd deadlift it and land it on his foot. And I was watching him do it. I might still have the video, and he's just pulling it, and he's just smashing it. Like, and I was like, Steve, your foot. He's like, that's all right. And he's not wearing lifting shoes, like. That's really bad. I'm going to say this, but like the Polish fucking starter kit shoe. He used to wear them. He used to wear the Longsdale fucking whippers, and he used to out squat everyone in the gym.
What the fuck?
More than everyone. He was absolutely fucking. He was nuts.
Yeah, I love that.
He's big shit, but he was just fucking strong as an ox.
You get that, though, didn't you? You get those random people that walk in. But I've noticed as well, with those same people that come in and do stupid shit straight off the bat, like it's just stupid heavy weights to warm up. What you'll get a period where you see them consistently for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden there's a period where you don't see them for a few months. I reckon that's when they broke something and they're repairing.
Yeah. Well, he used to get injured a lot. Like he full on. He did a competition, and he was deadlifting, and he deadlifted, and he did something to his arm, and then he just kept on going, and he actually just completely snapped his arm, broke it off. Like the guy we called him Crazy Steve for a reason. He was fucking nuts. The guy was like he used to have like a really bad hairline like that. He's nuts. Like he was a bouncer, and like he used to get knocked out and shit all the time.
Fucking hell.
He used to work, and I was like, so what do you like? You'd ask him, like, Steve, what's your nutrition like? Do you ever watch your weight because you're in a weight category? And he's like, no. What I take is I take a big fucking bowl of rice and fill it up with tuna and just eat it throughout the day. You're like, what? It's so makeshift. And I caught him in B&M once, and no word of a lie, this cunt had a trolley filled with the cans of tuna. It was just like, does this guy not eat anything else? Except fucking tuna. He's like, yeah, he's short as fuck.
What? You do get people like that, don't you? The Forrest Gump. It's called retard. It's like they just have a fucking.
Well, this guy, no, what we're talking about, this guy, he does the under 80 kilo strongman, and he goes to the Arnold's. Like he was like 7th in the world. Oh yeah, okay,
yeah,
all right.
I was listening.
Oh yeah, right. But he's just,
but he's just makeshift as fuck.
Oh, mate, he's like, oh, what do you take? He's like, what do you have? Do you aid recovery? Do you take whey? He's like, nah, just a couple of scoops of fucking creatine. How many scoops do you take? Just a couple. Just like, all right, fair enough.
Mate, you get people like that though. Mate, I've seen so many people that you look at them and you're like, fuck. And you see they just eat like KFC every day. In the morning they'll have a yogurt in the morning. And then I'm like an apple.
Like,
and then they'll have like a KFC and a takeaway in the night. Like
it's like they go, what do you have, mate? So what's your daily intake? Well, in the morning I have porridge.
Yeah.
I have chicken and rice. Then I have That's it.
Oh,
literally, mate, it's amazing. But then it makes you think to yourself, wow, you can actually simplify this shit and still get results if you're a crazy kid.
yeah, I mean, I might have to, in the group chat, I'll send some old videos I have of him. This guy was just out of this world, like, just strongest guy I've ever seen. And he's stacked as well. He's so short. He's round, like, he used to do stupid shit. Like, he would go do a set of ridiculous amount of deadlifts, right, and would pull like 290 for 80 off the floor for reps. Just fucking chuck it on the ground, and then he would go and get the preacher kettle and load 220s on it and just fucking do the worst scales you've ever seen in your fucking life. Throwing it up and like, Steve, you're gonna break your shit up, and he's just like, nah, fucking right, a couple of scoops of creatine. Like, what? What the fuck? You're like, he never took pre-workout. I never sold him a pre-workout either. And he'd been on site 10 hours in the day.
I reckon these are the people that drink like a litre of water a day as well.
Yeah, he didn't drink at all. Just ate his bowl of
like, 20 cups of tea on site.
20 cups of tea. Just smoking 20 cups of tea. Those people were like, when you work in a gym, like it was a proper like sort of tight meathead sort of gym. Everyone knew everyone. Those are the people that make the shifts the best. Just coming in and just seeing some of the shit they do, like warming up. So Dan, I don't know if you heard. He basically came in the gym. The squat bars on the spotter, right, on the lowest setting. So he loads it up with 180, 4 plates either side, and he hasn't warmed up at all. He's walked fresh in the gym, dropped his bag, loaded it up, and just squats it straight up from the floor. And you're like, how have you not just snapped your shit up? Just like, if anyone else did that, they would die. I want to find some videos of this guy. I have videos of him. He helped me do some of the what's the things I have to do for uni? What do you call them? Case studies. It's just
not case studies by the fucking sounds of it, mate.
Case studies, yeah. It was just fucking hilarious. And one of my lecturers was like, "Is that Steve? Is that Steve?" He's like, "He's doing the Arnolds, isn't he?" I'm like, "Oh, you know him?" He's like, "Yeah, my client's going in the Arnolds as well." And I'm like, "Oh." So I used him as my case study. He's like, "Yeah, fucking just filmed his exercises." Oh, he was just brilliant. Just shit like that used to make me laugh to shit.
I love people.
Oh, man, just stitching people up with... One of the best things about that, one of the best things about me and my experience of working in the gym was to stitch up with pre-workout. You'd be like, someone would be like, oh, yeah, I can take pre-workout. And you'd be like, all right, I'm going to fuck him up. And then I'm just going to go for a piss, sort me a pre-workout. You know you put that, like, you'd be like, oh, it tastes a bit strong. How many scoops do you put in? You'd be like, oh, I could put 1 in, mate. And you put 4 in. And then they're like blowing out their arse like, with the caffeine, like their heart's going too fast. You sit there like, tired as fuck. Oh, I remember someone said to me, so we used to make protein shakes, and he goes, oh, I like them, I'm really thick. I was like, oh, do you? And he's like, yeah. Sort me a nice thick one out. He's like, I've got some waxy maize. Can you chuck that in there? I was like, oh, yeah, all right. How many, what do you want in it? He's like, oh, just chuck me 2 scoops. 2 scoops of waxy maize. Anyway, I've put like a fucking couple of drops of water in. No one like it's come out like
it's fucking... like cement.
He did. You come out looking like cream. Anyway, he drank it. And he's like, oh, this is fucking lovely. It's like ice cream. Oh, yes, lovely. I was like, oh, yeah. They come in the next day and went, Josh, don't need to do that shake. I was in agony all night. He just sat in his stomach, it was so thick, and he piled a load of food on top of it. His stomach was so
They've built a house in my stomach now. They've laid the bricks. The foundation is set.
He was in so much pain. He was just, oh my God, it was just fucking brilliant. You get people turn up to the gym and they'll come in with their little burner phones. Yeah, brother, I'm just at the gym. I'll meet you around the block in like about 20. So I'm just going to do a bit of arms today. So I thought you were coming out for a leg workout. I said, I've got to meet your mate. It was just fucking brilliant. But I just want to see if I can find a fucking photo of this bloke. Once I know I've got him, I can send him in the chat. Ant's going to be like, what the fuck are these fucking videos? I just want to find a video of him screaming his head off. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've actually got photos. Have we gone past an hour and a half, Mark?
Yeah, do you want to start wrapping this up?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. We might as well wrap it up now then. Oh,
yeah, we'll wait for Josh. Because otherwise they run on for too long and people say that, you know, we kind of blabber a little bit. Keep them nice and condensed. People are lucky you got 2 this week, but it's to make up that we didn't do 1 the last week, I suppose. But, you know, what are you doing the rest of the evening?
Me, I think I'm gonna chill outside, mate. I'm just gonna play Xbox. I'm gonna
I'm chilling.
I've got food to. I put some chicken in the freezer the other day, so I've got to get that defrosted, and I cook that later on this evening when it's completely done. But I make so I can have a nice some food all just prepped for tomorrow. Because sometimes I'll do it in the morning, but then sometimes I like waking up and just watching shit on TV before training.
What's this?
We're just talking about, like Dan was saying, what I'm doing. So I've got some chicken defrosting in the kitchen. I need to cook it tonight. I want to cook it tonight, you see, because then I've got my chicken sorted for tomorrow. And when I wake up, it means I can just watch shit on the TV. Yeah. I wake up, I'll do my bits, I'll get my meal, sort of put the veg in there, put it back in the fridge. Lovely. We'll pre-workout meal, get the rice on, lovely. Just sit there. And it's just, watch this video. Oh, a guy gets fucking shit on or something. I'll watch that. Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking brilliant. And then you're like, oh, wicked. And then you like catch a glimpse of like, some of the Arnold shit. And you're like, all right. I'm going to go fucking smash it at the gym.
Yeah.
Wicked. I think we're going to wrap it up.
I think so.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
I've got a meal waiting for me, like Diet Coke. I allow myself a Diet Coke every Sunday. It's my little thing. I love it, mate.
I did that in prep. A diet ginger beer I used to have. Just like one day.
I find instead of, because I could have one every day and it wouldn't make a difference.
No.
But if I give myself one day where I'm allowed one, it's like it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. And the thing is, I just stopped doing it. I don't know why. I didn't think, I'm cutting it off now. I just stopped doing it. I just didn't think. I just stopped it. Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember. Maybe it was the gas in it. I don't know. I can't remember. Fiery ginger beer really fucking gets you going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Blows you fucking nut up. Yeah. All righty.
Yeah, I mean,
who's doing the outro?
Well, I was going to say quote of the week. I mean, I've got these little cards. You pick one out a day, and it gives you like a little kind of daily mantra.
Okay.
Do one of those.
Shoot.
They're in a box, and you pick one at random.
Go get them, son.
I've got a picture of Steve, like mid-set. Look at his face. Look at his fucking face.
Now, some of them are a little bit cringy, I warn you. Right, so pick a colour.
Yellow.
Oh, yellow.
Yeah, what he said.
Right. You never have this day again, so make it count. Okay.
That's a true story.
Yeah. I mean, I always say, think about today. Don't think past today, because tomorrow's just another day. Do all you can in today and focus on tomorrow, in other words. It's simple as that.
Crack on. You know what I say? Keep buggering on. Just keep going.
Covering on, mate.
Keep going. Winston Churchill, get massive. I
Keep
didn't say that,
laughing.
but that's what I said.
Keep coming in the street.
Oh, keep coming. Keep coming.
Right now.
Keep blowing loads on the floor.
Right, lads. It's been our pleasure. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again for another installment of Mass Discussion next week, every Sunday, at whatever time we can kind of make it.
Yes, what he said, and you're all cunts.
Yeah, get massive.
Cunts.
Even if you get in the league.
But if you watch this, you're a beautiful cunt. So it's
Yes,
okay.
a majestic.
If
cunt.
you got this far, you're amazing.
If you got this far, you're fucked, and you got fuck all to do with your life.
You're doing amazing. You might, to be fair, you might be on a long journey.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah, or you can do a fuckload of cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, if you like
Or
jogging, 2 hours to do.
Yeah. Or you just really, really like us.
Yeah, or you think the ginger beard got hold of you. That's what it is, lads.
Yeah.
It can't be that.
It's the ice gem, look.
It's the ice gem. But my beard looks like an ice gem. Fucking hell, you don't even dieting.
Right, motherfuckers.
Right, with you. Have a fucking awesome week. And what's the saying?
Get massive.
Get massive.
Get
Get massive.
Right, week. See you later.